What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Finally, we all know the federal government stand on the ASUU strike. Hey, some of you did not read that thing. How disrespectful! How can a whole Dr. Okonjo-Iweala release a statement and you would not take time to read it? Nigerians, I don't pity you. Anyway, let me give you a snippet. Some elements in ASUU have been distributing flyers with abusive messages against the Minister of Finance, and they are using falsehood to demonize the minister, painting her as unsympathetic to the plight of students and parents. Hey, I swear this is not about Dr. Okonjo-Iweala. This is federal government stand on ASUU strike. In case you don't know, she is a mother, and two of her young relatives are sitting at home right now due to the strike. Wait a minute, I thought they were going to say that her children are affected by... Seriously, we all know that she's a mother. We know she has 4 children and that they all graduated from Harvard University here in America. The same place where she herself graduated. Yes, the whole family is a Harvard family. You get what I'm saying? Which is great. I'm very happy that they all got to go to Harvard. Eh? But seriously, who wrote this crap? Why are you telling us that she's a mother when you were going to talk about relatives? Is there anybody that doesn't have a relative that is affected by this strike? I have 47 relatives that are sitting at home because of this strike. Did I release any statement? My favorite part is when she said that ASUU is playing politics. But are they really playing politics? Let's go back to the beginning. Federal government signed an agreement with ASUU in 2009. And 2013, they are now saying they want to renegotiate, saying that they don't have money. An agreement, you're supposed to follow through with an agreement. That is what they call credibility. What are they negotiating? Is it the pathetic condition of our schools or paying lecturers their hard-earned salaries? Look at what they are negotiating in 2013. Oh my God. Look at fine babes fetching water in such a disgusting place, Nigeria. My people, see chemistry lab with stove. You see what I'm saying? You see? Look at the floor inside this classroom. You see how crowded this classroom is? You see the crowd? My people, look at the hostel. How can somebody be cooking inside where they are sleeping? Isn't that fire hazard? I know there are good-looking schools in Nigeria, so don't get me wrong. Yes, we have good-looking schools, but so many of our government-owned universities and polytechnics, this is how they look. This is what they are negotiating. Even if Mr. President doesn't understand, because he said that he went to a University of Port Harcourt, yes. At least, Madam Ngozi, you of all people, since you studied at Harvard University, Ivy League school, I would think that you should be the one that will be fighting for the students. For those of you that don't know how American universities and colleges look like, this is a typical hostel in America. Usually there are 2 people in each bedroom for the first 2 years, and then you can have your own bedroom for your 3rd year and your final year. And even if you are more than 2 in a bedroom, you are still not crowded. If you need to cook, there will be a kitchen in the building, not in your bedroom. But then you don't even need to cook because your tuition covers food. All you can eat and drink 3 times a day. Look at these classrooms, Don't you just feel like learning? Stepping in a place like this, the designs of the building. Why can't our libraries look like this? See structures, and we are still negotiating for the past 4 months when the rest of the world is like, fast forward. Just so you know, every campus, at least in this country, has wireless internet. So long as you have your laptop or desktop, you can connect to the internet anywhere on campus to do research, to do your homeworks. High-speed internet, not the quick one that takes like 10 minutes for 1 page to load. If only 5 students are registered for 1 class, do you know that the professor will show up and teach them? They engage all the students. Everybody has to talk. You have to contribute. Unlike back home, when the lecturer will just come in and he will just start dictating and we will all be writing. For the next 1 hour, this guy is still dictating. What did he say? I missed that. Tunde, kilo some angel. I have seen lecturers in Nigeria that will tell their students, I'm failing you in this course, and there is nothing that students can do. Do you know that at the end of every semester, we grade our lecturers in America? We grade their performances so the school can decide if the lecturer is coming back next semester or not. So every lecturer in America is doing everything to make sure that his or her students do well. If your students don't do well, it means you're not a good lecturer. Does that make sense? Do you see a metamorphosis of psychology psychological alacrity in action. Does that mean anything? No, when I first came to America, I was so surprised that a whole school president, that is like the VC in Nigeria, would be jogging on campus and he would stop to greet students. He would ask about how we are doing, and I was like, oh my God, is this for real? Whereas some of our VCs in Nigeria, they are like gods, yes, and they get paid huge amounts of money. You know, I studied both in Nigerian and American universities, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm saying that he who much is given, much should be expected. Now, do you know that Nigerians spend 1.5 trillion naira every year to get our degrees abroad? 1.5 trillion naira. How much is ASUU asking for? Am I making sense? Listen to this email from a Nigerian in Malaysia. Hi Adeola, in my university alone in Malaysia, we have more than 200 Nigerians studying for their masters or PhD. 200 Nigerians in one school. All universities in Malaysia recently increased their tuition fees for international students to about 500,000 naira per semester. That means they are collecting 1 million naira every year from each of these Nigerian students. Multiply that by 200 students. Just one school in Malaysia is making 200 million naira every year because our own government is negotiating. And then he said that, I don't think there is any university in Malaysia where you will not find a Nigerian. Do I need to say more? By not doing what we should be doing, we're hurting ourselves. If our schools are like this, of course people will come from other countries and we would be the one making billions of naira off of international students. This is why I disagree with these statements by federal government, or maybe I should say by Mrs. Ngozi, but there is no difference really. Stop saying that ASUU is playing politics because they want something better. Really, I think it's the other way around. I think it is some people that are playing politics with the future of Nigerian students. Just do what you agreed to do in the first place. Do what is right by the students. Stop offering ASUU partial money. I wish that the Nigerian law would make it compulsory for children of politicians and government officials to study only within Nigeria. If we can do that, you will be surprised that the federal government would suddenly have money. You know what baffled me though in this whole ASUU drama is that the lecturers forgot to demand for protection. Bulletproof cars. I don't see why every lecturer shouldn't have at least one bulletproof car. I mean, if the aviation minister can have two, I don't see why a lecturer shouldn't have at least one, because sometimes the campus environment can be dangerous. But you guys know I don't like to talk about people. Wait till be my own. I'm just keeping it real. This is to all my brothers. I beg you. If you're having problems with what your eyes are looking at on the internet, get some help. Get some help right now. It is a problem when you don't want people to see what you are looking at on the internet. It is a problem. If you don't get help right now, when you become somebody important, guess what? The whole world will know what you are trying to hide. Look at this man, a whole government official in South Africa, Shan Ramburuf. This guy was recently busted after spending more than $12,000 US downloading stuff on the internet. Taxpayers' money, by the way. Can you imagine? He didn't even use his own money. First of all, he said, the money was for software updates. Na lie. Another time he said, it was for roaming calls. Na lie. He didn't know that his computer and his iPad were being monitored since 2011. Do you know that he didn't start when he became important? He started a long time ago because he didn't deal with his disease. You get what I'm saying? Now the whole world knows what he's been doing. Yeah, so sometimes for 6 hours a day, this man will be staring at, stuff on the internet. Everybody that once respected him, they are talking among themselves. Did you hear that? Oga was looking at naked women on the internet. Oh my God, God go punish him. God go punish him, and he used our taxpayers' money, and God go punish him. Yes, that is what everybody is saying in South Africa. I really, really feel bad for his wife and children. Why would you have the real thing at home? A woman, a wife, and then you will be my brothers, because I know that some of you are doing it. Yes, can I advise you? Get some help. Get some help. The day that thing will embarrass you, and you will remember this episode. And to all my sisters, if you are married, please don't ever stop looking good for your husband. No, seriously. Being married is not an excuse to stop looking good. Having children is not an excuse to stop looking good. Remember now that before you got married, you were always looking good, putting on your makeup and all that. Even when you're about to do extra cool at night, the guy is not there. They were about to talk on phone. She will go and put on that red powder. Moju. Yes, she will put it on just to do extra cool. Have you forgotten? Now that you are married, you just derakale. It's not good now. At least pity the guy now. And you don't have to be skinny to look good. So I'm not talking about losing weight. Haven't you seen some hot big mamas? I'm talking about making sure that you always look your best. At least for your husband and your children too. Yes, and your children. You want them to be able to say, that's my mom over there, you know. She looks good. She looks so hot. Although it doesn't matter how good a wife looks, you know. Some men are just suffering from libido disease, so you can't even help them. But on a serious note though, not dealing with addictions can cause people to do things that they never thought they would do in their lives. I mean, 5 men were recently arrested in South Africa for raping and killing 2 young girls, ages 2 and 3. I mean, what can possess a man to rape a 2-year-old girl, a 3-year-old girl, and then kill them in hope that no one would know what they did? Seriously? Everybody is so outraged in that community where this happened.
Hundreds took to the streets of a Johannesburg township as news broke that a 5th suspect in the rape and murder of 2 toddlers had been arrested. The mutilated bodies of the girls aged 3 and 2 were found in a public toilet in Diepsloot Township on October the 15th. The protesters said they wanted police to hand the latest suspect over. Supporters of the ruling ANC and of the opposition EFF were at the demonstration despite tensions between them.
You know, it's so sad. The reported rape cases in South Africa is more than that of India. Meanwhile, the population of South Africa is 52 million and that of India is more than 1 billion. Can you see a huge difference? Honestly, if you have problems with porn, my brother and my sisters, because there are some women that are also addicted, there are so many websites that can help you to overcome this addiction. So many organizations. All you have to do is search the internet or talk to somebody that can make you accountable, maybe a spiritual leader. But guess what? I don't know much. I'm just keeping it real. Alright y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it real right up in here. Until next week, I'ma see y'all later. Peace out.